Today, we're going to be canning spaghetti sauce. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Mark's Life 101. I'm Mark, and this is my life. Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back to Mark's Life 101. Okay, we're coring and quartering up the tomatoes for the sauce that we're going to make and cutting the bad spots out. We're washing the tomatoes and putting them on a towel and cutting all the bad out. Some of them's bad, but we got 100 pounds of them, so probably more than we need. I've already got them on and we're cooking them down. It takes, I don't know, a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours to cook them down. And Shannon and Mama cutting up the rest of the tomatoes that we had left, and we're gonna try and put them in the pan too. So we're gonna cook these down and we'll pick back up after we get that done. Okay, we got them cooking down. I got all the rest of the tomatoes that they cut up put in here, and it is a full water bath canner pot. That's what I'm using to cook them down in. And what I'm doing is taking this ladle and just kind of putting it down in here like this and taking some of the juice off, because we don't want it real juicy for spaghetti sauce. I'm just putting it in there. But you don't want to get the pulp, you just want to get the juice, so you gotta kind of go slow at it. You get as much juice as you can and you stir it, and then you let it cook down some more. And supposedly from the videos I've watched, this is the trick to having a thick tomato spaghetti sauce. So alright, we'll let it cook down some more and we'll be back. I'm just stirring it up a little bit. You gotta keep stirring it because you don't want it to burn. Still taking the juice out and putting it in here. Still got a pretty long ways to go to get them all cooked down. They're starting to disintegrate a little bit, but they need to be more than that.
Okay, so we are adding the spices together for the sauce, and we're adding oregano, or that's thyme, and then we're gonna add oregano and basil leaves, and you're gonna add a tablespoon of each. I've done put the thyme in, so now I'm gonna do the oregano. And the basil. It's a tablespoon of each. And then you just mix those all together. And then we put half a teaspoon in the jars of the spices per pint.
Yeah.
And then we will also put a 1/4 teaspoon of the citric acid in the pint jars.
Alright. So now we're ready to get our jars out and start getting them ready. Okay, y'all, we've been cooking the tomatoes. They've cooked about, let's see, about 2.5 hours to cook these down, which done pretty good. And we ended up taking this much liquid off of it, which is quite a bit. And these are they're pretty thick. There's a little bit of liquid left, but pretty basically most of the liquid's gone. So what we're gonna do is take the ladle and we're gonna put it over here into the food processor, and we're gonna chop it all up till it's just nothing but mush, and then we're gonna end up putting it in another pot. And at that point we'll be ready to get our hot sanitized jars out, put our spices in it, and then we'll be ready to, we're gonna water bath can these today. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'll just kind of show you how we're gonna do this. Okay, so Shannon's gonna get started on that. And some people use a blender to do this with, and that's probably better, but we don't have a blender, so this is what we're going to use. Now this is hot, and we're going to be working with it while it's hot, so you want to be real careful of that.
What more?
Yeah, maybe just one more scoop. I think that should be good enough. That's kind of what, let's look at it and see what it looks like. So it's pretty saucy. We're probably gonna chop it just a little bit more. Okay, so we had to make a little change in our plans. So instead of using the food processor, we moved over to the KitchenAid blender. My mom had, she let us borrow it. So what we're doing, if you look, this was from the food processor, and it's pretty good, but it's not actually pureed like it needs to be. And this come from the blender, and it's a good puree. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna end up doing it with the blender. So I didn't know if that would work or not, but that's what we had, so I thought we'd try it. But I think that this is gonna be the better way to get it to the consistency that we need. Okay, at this point we put our seasoning in the jar, and she's putting the citric acid in the jar. And we've got our tomatoes all pureed up. It turned out pretty good. And now we're just gonna start filling the jars. She'll use a funnel, and she'll leave a half-inch of headspace in each jar. Just fill all these jars up, and then we'll put the bands and the lids on. So we got our jars filled. Shannon's taking the stick and making sure there's no air bubbles, and just kind of mixing up the spices with the tomato sauce too. So, and I am taking some white vinegar on a paper towel and cleaning the rims and feeling for any imperfections, and putting the rings and the flats on. And then we'll be ready to put them into the water bath containers. Mama's got them over there on the stove heating up, and it looks like we've used, this is 14 jars, and we've used about half of what we had in our pot. So I think we're gonna get really close to the 28 jars that we're gonna try to do. Okay, we got all the jars that we can get in the 2 canners in there. One of them has a rack in it, and we end up getting 9 pint jars, I mean not quarts. And the other one has not got a rack in it, but I put a towel in the bottom of it, and it has 12, is it right? 12 jars in it, I think. So we're gonna end up with 20 jars of spaghetti sauce, and then we actually ran out of spaghetti sauce, so we got 1 jar of tomato juice in there, just to kind of fill the void. So we got an hour and 28 minutes to wait on these. So when we get them out, get them on the towel, I'll show you what they turn out like. And make sure all the lids pop on them, and I guess that will be the end of the spaghetti sauce adventure. So we'll be back when all these cooked up. Okay, while we're waiting on those to come out, we want to say thank you to Mama. There's Tyler. Say hello.
Hey guys.
For helping us out with these. Obviously she knows what she's doing, but I don't. And Shannon, this is her first time doing any canning. I've helped Mama do it before, but I don't know a lot about it. But what do you think about it?
Messy, but it's fun.
It is messy,
Yeah.
But we saved a lot of tomatoes that we're gonna waste, hopefully. Yep. So we'll be able to use them for something. All right. So when they come out, we'll get back to you. Okay, they're done. I water bath canned them for 90 minutes, and they've been sitting here in the water about another 15 minutes, and I'm fixing to take them out and move them over here and put them on a towel and cover them up, and we'll see what they look like. Well, this turned out really good. We got 20 pints of spaghetti sauce, and I had 1 pint of just tomato juice I put in there because I needed an extra jar to fill up the space. So we'll get these covered up and let them all pop off, and we'll wash them and we'll put them in the pantry. And that's 20 times that we can have spaghetti, which that should save quite a bit of money on. We got all these tomatoes free. I think we ended up having like 150 pounds. We had 5 boxes, and then my mom had another box that she got and brought up here. So I believe it was 6 boxes total. And I still got probably half a box left that is still kind of green. So we'll just eat on those for slicing tomatoes. So I just wanted to show you how much liquid came off of these tomatoes. I think that is a 12-quart pot, and it's almost full. I got it sitting out in my mudroom. My brother's gonna come by and pick it up and give it to his hog, and he'll probably like that mixed in. I'm sure there's something we don't like. We don't drink tomato juice around here, so the best thing we can do with it is give it to the animals. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe and share our channel, and we'll catch y'all in the next video, and God bless you.